Watches in the size of 38mm or slightly smaller are nowadays a common size for watches that can be found with most watch brands. Here we show some everyday watches we really like right now, which are 38mm or smaller. For them to be classified as an everyday watch, we want to see at least 100 meters of water resistance and a strap or bracelet that can withstand water and harsher weather. Here are our 4 awesome everyday watches, 38mm or smaller, that cost from $2,500 down to under $1,000. Number 1. Longines Spirit Blue Dial in 37mm. This 37mm Longines Spirit has an exquisite blue dial that is among the best you can find. The case has high quality polished and brushed surfaces and a movement with a power reserve of 72 hours, which is also chronometer certified. This Longines Spirit fits perfectly on a bit smaller wrists and is a comfortable model to wear. When I held this model in my hands for the first time and used the crown, I immediately felt that this was a special model. It just feels better constructed than many other models on the market. It's a bit hard to explain, and it's something I only encounter with certain watch brands and certain models. The thickness is about 12mm with a lug-to-lug measurement of about 45mm. The water resistance is 100 meters and the case comes with a screw-down crown as mentioned. It costs around $2,500 on a steel link, but can be had for under it with another strap option from Longines. Number 2. Rado Captain Cook 37mm. Rado has since 2017, when the Captain Cook collection was relaunched, created a large number of Captain Cook models in different sizes and materials. Here we have selected one of the models in 37mm, which has a deep and gorgeous green dial. For this particular model, you almost need to have a smaller wrist for it to look proportional, as the lug-to-lug distance is only 43mm and it has the look of a diving watch, which makes it look even smaller on the wrist. However, for those of us with smaller wrists, it's perfect. The original model of the Rado Captain Cook came out in the 60s, and apart from the color of the dial, which here is green, this model is quite similar to the original. And here Rado has created one of the better looking vintage and diving inspired watches. It's also an excellent everyday watch that comes with 100 meters of water resistance. The movement also has an 80-hour power reserve. This Rado Captain Cook costs around $2,300 and comes with a comfortable beads over wise steel link. Number 3. Sjöö Sandström Royal Steel Classic in 36mm. This is a model that should be better known outside Sweden's borders. Sjöö Sandström, which is Sweden's leading watch brand when it comes to high quality and premium watches, has here produced an exceptionally stylish everyday watch in the modest size of 36mm. The model we have in front of us has a pink dial, which however could easily be mistaken for a champagne color. The case has various polished and brushed surfaces, and the crown that is located at the 2 o'clock position, which is both a nice design element and something that makes the watch extra comfortable on the wrist. The movement has a power reserve of 50 hours and is visible on the back of the case. What more is there to say about this model? There are surprisingly few companies that manage to create an everyday watch in the same style as an Rolex Oyster Perpetual, a Datejust or an Omega Aquaterra, but in a significantly better price range for those of us who may not want or can spend $5,000 or more on a watch. Here in this Royal Steel Classic, Sjöö Sandström has succeeded in creating a timeless model, and for around $2,100 you get a unique model but also an extremely competent everyday watch. Number 4. Nivada Grenchen Super Antarctic in 38mm. This Nivada Grenchen watch is the most affordable on this list and is only $950 with a steel link and $750 with a rubber strap. This whole list isn't a list of Rolex alternatives, but it's hard to look at this watch without thinking of a Rolex again. But here a Rolex Explorer Mark I. However, once again, in a completely different price range. The original Nivada Grenchen model that this is based on came out in the 50s and was used during an expedition to Antarctica by the US Navy. Super Antarctic was also Nivada's first automatic and simultaneously waterproof watch. The size is 38mm, and due to the vintage-inspired design, this model fits well on most wrists. On the dial you can choose between Arabic numerals or triangular index markings, and whether you prefer a white or yellow color in them, something that also affects how vintage the watch will look. If you have big wrists, we advise that you go for a larger watch, but for most of us, this is a good size. The lugs has an interesting design that is unique in its kind, and the lug-to-lug measurement is about 45mm. The movement has a power reserve of 38 hours, and the water resistance is a full 200 meters. We also find a screw-down crown, so it is more than a perfect everyday watch. And for a watch in the sub $1,000 price range, it's difficult to find a more competent watch than the Nivada Grenchen Super Antarctic. This is our list of our best 38mm or smaller everyday watches from $2,500 down to under $1,000. If you are interested in any of these models, Fredmans is an authorized dealer for all these brands. And if you liked this content, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.